I just want a man who is nice and breathe. Sabrina Carpenter, literally so hot. Can't find a man who is nice and breathe. This means is it's not about your looks. It's not about your personality. You're most likely not the problem. So stop internalizing men's bad behavior and remember that everyone is out here struggling. These men need to catch up. Okay, don't put that on yourself.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with some more agonizing TikToks for you here today from modern women. We're going to be kicking off today's episode with this woman who is very pissed off, sitting here recording her TikTok in her car. So guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right in and see what some of these individuals have to say today.
One major lesson we need to learn from the rise of all the pop princesses this year is that every woman, no matter how successful, how hot, how gorgeous, how smart, is getting fucked over by men. Okay, Sabrina Carpenter has a line in a song, I just want a man who is nice and breathe.
Yeah, so the reason apparently why so many women are struggling and why so many women are single, right, is because there are no nice men. That's what women want, guys, apparently. They just want the nice man. That's the requirement. That's what all of these women say when they're single. Oh, the reason I'm single is because I haven't found a nice man. Get out of here. This is complete nonsense.
Carpenter has a line in a song, I just want a man who is nice and breathe. Sabrina Carpenter, literally so hot. Can't find a man who is nice and breathe. This means is it's not about your looks. It's not about your personality. You're most likely not the problem. So stop internalizing men's bad behavior and remember that everyone is out here struggling. These men need to catch up. Okay, don't put that on yourself.
Yeah, so the reason why this woman is single, by the way, is because she's a complete psycho. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing? We're blaming it all on men. Women who have all of the options in the dating market, guys, who hold the majority of the power, especially when you compare it to average men. These women are sitting here complaining that the reason they're single is because they just can't find a nice man. It's totally ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's continue into the next clip here today. This one, I think this woman's some sort of dating coach or something. You know, we have the hand tattoos to begin already, but this is a woman who is a dating coach. So let's see if she has any good advice for the women out there.
If you are in a dating situation right now where you're not exclusive, you haven't defined if you're boyfriend, girlfriend, it's kind of a casual hooking up situationship, maybe dating vibe, that man is not your man. And some of you are acting like that man's your man, and it's not a good look.
What do you mean some women? Like, let's be honest about this, guys. This is what a lot of women are doing. A lot of women are going out there, they're hooking up with dudes that they meet off of dating applications or Instagram, which I would argue are technically one and the same. They go and they meet up with these men and they think that these dudes are their boyfriends and stuff. They think that they genuinely have relationships with these men, which of course that they don't. This is something that a lot of women do, guys. Like, let's not downplay this here.
That man is not your man. And some of you are acting like that man's your man, and it's not a good look. So I'm giving you 4 behavior rules when that man is not your man. Number 1, no texting after 11 p.m. Anything he sends you after 11 p.m., you can respond to the next day. He is not your boyfriend. You do not need to be at his beck and call or available for him 24/7.
Wait, so let me get this straight. This dude is hooking up with you for nothing. He doesn't have to commit to you. He doesn't have to give you a ring. He doesn't have to give you a relationship or anything. And your way of setting boundaries is that you won't talk to him after 11 p.m. You're an absolute genius, madam. Whatever will these men do? Like, let's put this into perspective, guys, okay? These men are having free access to these women's bodies, right? No relationship, no nothing. And this woman is putting in place boundaries like not talking to them after a certain time. You've already gave yourself to this man. These women are out here continuously doing this. This is not some like gotcha moment where like, oh, I'm not going to text him after 11 p.m. That'll really show him that I have boundaries. The guy already knows that you have no boundaries. It's already over for you.
Let that drunk call go to voicemail. Let the late night text go unanswered. Keep him arm's distance on edge because he is not your man. When he's your official boyfriend and committed to you, you can text him all hours of the night. Number 2, introducing him to your friends and family. If this man has not asked you to be his girlfriend and is ready to be fully committed to you, why are you bringing him around your friends and family? And on that note, you shouldn't be going to meet his either. He does not get to know your inner circle or bring you around his until there is a defined commitment.
I love how this woman views it as some sort of a privilege, right? She doesn't even understand that the men in these quote-unquote situationships, they probably don't want to meet your family and friends. You know, they probably don't want to be talking to you all of the time. I would argue that oftentimes the women probably struggle to get these behaviors out of the men in the first place. But the dudes aren't replying, they're taking too long to reply, they're not talking, they don't want to meet the family, they don't want to meet the friends, they just want to have their fun, and then they want to leave.
That's a privilege. Number 3, buying him gifts. It was just Christmas, Valentine's Day is coming up. I better not see you spending money on a man that is not committed to you. Who knows what he's doing out there, and you're going to be the one buying him a gift? He can get gifts from his girlfriend, which you are not.
Ooh, imagine how the men feel, by the way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, imagine what that person is doing out there. Why would you get them a gift? That's a great question, guys. You know, you don't know what these men oftentimes don't know what the women have been doing. They don't know what they're currently doing. Why should the men buy the women gifts? I think this is a great point, guys. Something that perhaps more men need to take heed of. Why on earth are you getting gifts for women and you don't even know where the hell they've been, to be honest with you? Great point there, madam.
Gifts from his girlfriend, which you are not. This is not to say that you shouldn't have a date on Valentine's Day or hang out together or do an activity, but do not spend your hard-earned money on a man who is not committed to you. And number 4, getting in fights. Why are you getting in fights with a man who's not your man? Telling him off, getting your feelings hurt, being pissed off about something he did. Fights happen in a relationship because you're fighting for your relationship. If this is just a hookup situation, what are you fighting for? Just don't respond. Walk away. Remind him that he can't be pissed either because you're not his girlfriend. Do not waste your breath, energy, and emotions on fighting with a man who's not your man.
Yeah, see, by the way, so the reason why so many of these women fight with these dudes and get all pissy and upset and everything is because they're trying to get relationships out of the man and the man doesn't want to have one. That's where all of these disagreements come from, is the men don't want to commit to you. You see what I'm saying? And also, this is a fantastic way to get men not to commit to you, right? Is to, let's just say some dude is having a situationship with you, he's just hooking up with you, right? And then you go out there and you hook up with a bunch of guys and he's like, yeah, I don't like that, I'm going to stop seeing you. And then the woman turns around and says, yeah, well, you can't be mad. I mean, true that the guy can't be mad, but guess what? He's probably just going to ditch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, women treat it like it's some sort of gotcha moment. You're not allowed to be pissed off, see? And then the dude will be like, okay, no problem, and he'll just leave. These women vastly overestimate their own value to men. They really do. But don't worry, guys. She's really out here putting her foot down when it comes to these chads, right? When it comes to these bad boys. I find this funny that women think it's some sort of like epic chess maneuver, right? They're out here playing chess and you're playing checkers because they refuse to talk to the men who they're just hooking up with casually after 11 p.m. Like, these are not boundaries, okay? These are still women who have absolutely no boundaries, who are giving their body to men who don't want them. Let's continue into the next clip here. I remember actually seeing a little bit of this one before I turned on the recording. This one is really damn stupid, so check this out.
The most toxic thing my guy friend said to me this week is that everyone is low maintenance if you ignore them. I was scrolling through his phone, and when I tell you this man is probably texting at least 45 different girls a week, I'm not exaggerating. Think a boy in sales, think a boy who has incredible relationship management skills. Like, he should be able to, and probably with the right frat bro in the right interview setting, be able to bring up how he manages this incredibly diverse roster. It's not even just like your varsity roster. I'm talking like varsity, JV, and the bench for both. Honestly, also like a thirds team out of like these messages.
Okay, so I don't know why on earth this woman is going through this dude's phone, by the way. So she says that this guy is a friend. I mean, I think we're missing a lot of context here, to be honest with you. Whenever women say, oh, it's a guy friend, it's either some simp orbiter or it's a dude who she's hooked up with before. My money is on dude that she's hooked up with before, considering this guy can also get a bunch of other women, and she's wanting to look through his phone in the first place, right? Again, I find this really funny because women will complain about this behavior from men, okay? which they might actually have a valid complaint to make. You know, it's so ridiculous that these guys at the top, you know, they're all texting a whole bunch of different women at the same time. But here's the thing: number one, women do this too, even the average ones. And number two, this never stops the women from chasing these men. Oh, he's such a bad boy. He's such a player. He talks to so many different women. I'm going to stop talking to him now, said no woman ever.
And I asked him how he manages to see all of these people and how he manages to like keep people going, because some of them don't even live in New York. And he's like, well, everyone is low maintenance if you just ignore them. It's not that hard to like have a relationship with someone if you just don't reply. This is your sign to take how someone treats you over text seriously and as an indication of how you're going to be treated in real life, because clearly men are thinking about it that way too. And if you were wondering how he manages someone from out of town versus someone from in town, he takes priority of the girls from out of town over the girls who are from in town. Because
okay, I have no interest. I love how she mentions this, like anyone has any degree of interest in this whatsoever. If you're concerned about how he manages the girls in town to out of town, I don't care. Let me just stop you there. So this dude, she tries to say this is all men, by the way. You know, this is how men look at women. It's like, no, this is what a very small percentage of dudes do when they have a crap load of options on dating applications. That's really what it boils down to. If anything, women invented this whole talking to multiple people at the same time thing, to be honest. I find it funny, guys, when the vast majority of women engage in a behavior, and then they see a small percentage of men engaging in that same behavior, and they're like, number one, this is terrible, and number two, all men are doing this. It's completely insane to me.
he takes priority of the girls from out of town over the girls who are from in town, because he knows that if he doesn't make time for them that week, they're gone for like a skip month.
So I think she got this mixed up. I think she's referring to how the guy will prioritize the women in town because they're in town at any given point in time. But I think we see her point. She's going through her quote-unquote friend's phone. She's seeing how he talks to a lot of women. And obviously she's not very happy about this, guys, because she's a unique snowflake. Let's continue into the next one. This woman was from a recent video, guys. I think she was talking about like just complete nonsense that made absolutely no sense, you know, like manifesting type. Think manifesting cringe. That's what we're about to get into. Let's jump in.
Don't believe in coincidences. So if you're seeing this video before Valentine's Day, it is a sign that you are about to be in your dream relationship.
I guarantee you it's not, especially for the women who are watching this TikTok. Oh, hell no, they're doomed.
Do this method if you are actually ready to manifest your exact dream person very soon. It is my doorstep method. Right now, I want you to really think about who it is you want to call in. How successful are they? How rich are they? What does their body look like?
I love how the first three things, I find it so funny, man, how like men, we get called superficial. Oh, a woman has to be super pretty, you know, she has to look her best at all times because that's what men care about, and that's how men rank you, and all of this sort of stuff. And check this out, whenever this woman is describing like women's men, like that they're going to be picturing in their mind their dream man, check it out. First thing, how successful are they? Second thing, how rich are they? And third thing, what does their body look like? Hilarious, right? But don't worry, guys. Women just want the nice man. Get out of here.
What does their daily routine look like? What do they wear? What does their day-to-day routine look like? Think of your literal dream person.
We just finished with that. We don't even mention personality. We don't mention morals. We don't mention beliefs. Okay, we don't mention the type of man he actually is, what his character is. None of these, we don't mention his temperament, right? Whether he's nice or not. None of these things are mentioned. Coincidence, guys? I don't think so.
Like, don't hold back here. And now I want you to imagine that this person just showed up at your doorstep. Would you feel worthy of them? Would you feel like you are an energetic match for this person?
I don't know what an energetic match is, but okay.
Would you feel like you are exactly what this person is desiring? If you said no, It is time to take care of you.
Okay, so let's just pause it here. This is actually, you know what, guys? Credit to this woman. She asked a good question here, okay? These highly attractive, successful men with the great bodies, okay? Would these men desire the average woman? That's a great question to ask. Would they desire the woman who wants him? Fantastic question. The answer is usually no, which is why the women can't lock down these men in the first place, even after they might get a hookup or two out of them. So the answer to that question is clearly no. Here's where women go wrong, though, guys, is they think, well, Chad won't commit to me, right? This highly successful, highly attractive man won't commit to me. What I need to do in order to get commitment from this man is I need to focus on myself, I need to build up my career, and I need to gain life experience and money. And the thing is, guys, is these women fail to realize that they don't care. They actually go out there, excuse me, the men don't care. They go out there and they try and collect these attributes and these accolades that they value in men. But it doesn't help them get commitment from men, obviously, because we don't care. You know, like, guys, how many times do you see women, right? They're like 35 and they're like, okay, I'm ready for a great man now. I've got a solid career. I know what I bring to the table. And all the men are just sitting there like, hey, we don't care what career you have. We don't care about your degrees. Like, it's great that you have them, sure. Like, good for you and everything. Go out there, do whatever it is that you've got to do. But men actually don't care in the context of a romantic relationship. And women really screw this up because they ask themselves, hey, you know, would this man desire me? The answer is no. And then they go out there and they just work on the complete wrong things. It's hilarious.
Your doorstep. Would you feel worthy of them? Would you feel like you are an energetic match for this person? Would you feel like you are exactly what this person is desiring? If you said no, it is time to take care of you. It is time to become the hottest and
okay, you've already lost me. Women seem to think, right, that locking down the top tier man is purely based on how you look. Let me just say this, guys. There are so many women out there who, you know, they might be highly attractive, but they cannot for the life of them lock down a man. Okay, a lot of the times, it's not actually women's looks, really, that prevent them from getting a man. You know, you might be not modest enough, sure, but oftentimes, guys, like, dudes, you don't have to be this, like, supermodel woman who's just exuding sex appeal the whole time, okay? Women get this wrong idea in their heads that the only way to attract a man is to improve their appearance, not the quality of their character. You know, they don't work on becoming more feminine, for example, which is a bit of an oxymoron, to be honest. You know, they don't think about how to become a more pleasant person or how to become a man's peace, for example. You know, they just think, what dress do I look best in? What makeup do I look best in? This is not the strategy, I'm telling you. It's not the way to go.
And the best version of you that has ever existed. Truth is, we attract mirrors of ourselves. You will not attract that person until you feel not only worthy of them, but you feel like they're lucky to be in your presence.
Yeah, guys, that's... Yeah, see, now we're getting a little bit lost in the sauce, right?
So I want you now to take out a pen and paper and write down what this next level version of you looks like and how you can commit to becoming them now. Now, here's the thing. This person will probably come around not when you're actually that person, but when you're on the journey to become them, which can be as soon as this week, next week, this month, and follow for more.
Holy hell. So we started off kind of strong there. You know what I'm saying? Be something that the men desire. But then we just get completely lost in the sauce. We talk about trying to maximize how attractive we are. I've said this before, guys, but like, it's just the wrong way to approach it. It really is. You might have a really attractive woman out there, but to be honest with you guys, a lot of them, they're terrible people. And that's why they can't get relationships out of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, a dude would happily take a woman who's perhaps not, you know, not top looks, for example, right? She doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10, but if she's a pleasant person to be around, she's going to absolutely win out over a woman who's a complete pain in your ass, who might actually be more attractive physically. You see what I'm saying? Men, like, the be all end all isn't how physically attractive you are. Now, that being said, obviously, do your best to be healthy, don't be overweight and so on, if anything, so that you actually extend your life might be a smart move. But men don't care as much as women might think. Let's continue into the next clip here. Ladies, your looks are an investment. All right, let's hear it.
As a woman, your looks are an investment for the opportunities that come your way, the people that you attract in this lifetime, the things that you want to do, and so much more. Time working on your physical health is never a waste of time. It's an investment.
I mean, I can kind of get behind that. I don't like how abrasive this woman is, but that I can't deny it. She does make a bit of sense here. You know, work on being healthy, take care of your appearance. I can get behind that. Makes sense.
Time spent on your hair and makeup is never a waste of time. It's an investment.
All right, now I'm starting to disagree a little bit. Do we really need to have makeup and hair on all the time? And you know what I mean? Do we really have to do this crap where we just permanently have stuff on our face all the time? I don't know.
The way that you dress up is never a waste of time. It is always an investment because you just
Okay. All right, now we're being a little bit crazy.
never know. All it takes is one person, one time, and one opportunity for your entire life to change. And if you are not feeling your best internally, how can you show up for the opportunity that's genuinely meant for you when you are not ready to receive it? I know I may ruffle some feathers when I say this, but I kid you not, losing 20 pounds, okay? I was 20 pounds heavier like a few months ago. The type of treatment that my heavier self got versus the type of treatment that I'm getting now is literally day and night.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to treat you differently based on how you look. Men understand this very well from a young age. Women probably understand this as well. I actually have the opinion, guys, that I think women's harshest critics are actually just other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many women out there who, if they see a woman who's more attractive than them doing better, like, they will absolutely try and sabotage the hell out of them. I've seen this stuff. It's absolutely crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, obviously people are going to treat you different depending on how you look. This is something that I actually talk about on the channel, guys, quite a lot. I think that people who are more attractive get way better treatment from the people around them than people who are not attractive, particularly of the opposite gender. Though not always really in women's case, because again, I think that other women are super harsh to other women. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
20 pounds, okay? I was 20 pounds heavier like a few months ago. The type of treatment that my heavier self got versus the type of treatment that I'm getting now is literally day and night. The type of opportunities that have come my way now than they did before, day and night. So please don't ever think that all this time that you are spending on yourself is a waste of time, because over time it will pay off. Your looks as a woman are an investment. It's an investment for the type of partner that you attract. It's a type of investment for the types of friends that you attract. The type of investment for your future opportunities.
Okay, so let me just pause it here. This woman's saying that she gets night and day opportunities and things like this, and she's talking about relationships as well thrown in here. I mean, where's the husband then? Typically is my question. I don't know if this woman's married or not. I would wager not, to be honest with you. But, I hear a lot of women say this stuff like, oh, my dating life has improved significantly. The quality of the men that I'm dating has gone up significantly. And I'm like, okay, this is fantastic for you. This sounds great. But where exactly is your man? Where exactly is your long-term relationship? Where exactly is your marriage? Now, if this woman is married, right, good for her. I hope it lasts. Statistically, they don't. But yeah, I'm color me a little bit skeptical, to be honest.
So remember, you are feeling your best internally. When you are at a place when you just love the way that you look, you are able to just show up for yourself 100 times more than the person that you were a couple months ago, a couple years ago, when maybe you just weren't taking care of yourself like that.
You know what? I can get behind what this woman says. Take care of your physical health, guys. Lose your weight and things like this. Better opportunities will be presented to you. My question is, how exactly are those opportunities actually going? Because usually when women say, oh, I get better dating opportunities, they're still perpetually single and still no man wants to date them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never against someone losing weight and actually taking care of their health. I think that's a great thing. Let's continue on to the next clip here. Don't know what this one is. Podcast. This will be a real hit or miss. Let's jump into it.
If you're not with the right person, you do. Deep down, you're not with the right person. And what's going to be super hard about it is that you're going to waste months, years of your life trying to make something work that you probably knew 6 months ago just isn't working.
Yeah, so this is what women do typically, by the way. They stay in relationships and then they leave them specifically when they're ready, i.e. typically when another man is lined up. Even though they knew that they were going to ditch this guy ahead of time, even though they knew the relationship was over like a year ago or 6 months ago or whatever the case may be. This is why for dudes, like, relationships ending can just come completely out of nowhere. It's because the women knew that the relationship was going to end a very long time ago.
To make something work that you probably knew 6 months ago just isn't working. Ask yourself, is this relationship good for me? Are you actually able to be yourself around this person? Do they bring out the best in you? Do you feel safe and supported and respected? Do you feel like a priority? Like they actually care about you and they have you in mind?
You know what, guys? I think if men started asking themselves these questions, I think the divorce statistics would look a little bit different. What I've noticed, guys, is women tend to just leave their marriages, long-term relationships, and things like this a lot easier than men if they don't feel prioritized, right? If they don't feel happy, and all of these sorts of things. I think women are very inclined to do this crap, especially compared to men. And I think that speaks for itself in the divorce statistics as well. Like the divorce stats go up to as high as 90%. Women are initiating them if they're college educated. You know, there's a lot of women out here, guys, who are like, well, I'm unhappy, I don't feel prioritized, and then they just ditch the marriage and their kids and things like this. So, you know, there's a line to be walked here, to be honest. And I think a lot of these women are prioritizing their happiness above their families, above their husbands, and above their children. But guys, we're going to be leaving it there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.